Hey everyone, this is Peter 24/7 from Project Ghost with another WarDragons diary. So today the PvP has started. So when it started a little while ago, all of the islands had the supercharge. We did blitz and we did end up getting the supercharge for the fire island. I used to like this event. I did mention it before. Now it gets very repetitive and very boring, but hey, I get to fly my old dragon still, so I'm not going to complain. So I want to talk about a few things while I do my temple guard, and then we're going to open up some draconic chests, because somebody made a comment, you only have 261 inner fires on my last vlog. So I figured, I've got 73,000 rubies, might as well go crazy and start opening up draconic chests. Now I love these draconic chests, and I really wanted to save my rubies for something else, but they're just so tempting, and I like inner fires. Also, another thing I want to do today is I want to use some of my sigils. So originally I wanted to wait until week 8, because that's when the tower branch is coming out. But here we are in week 4, and it's still very far away, and I like the bonuses I got, and I'm going to have to I'll probably end up doing them anyways, but I want to get as close as possible and get one of the mythics as quickly as I can. So for those that are curious, the war yesterday, I did end up getting 5 flames with a backer, but I did practice using my Icarus, but I didn't do too well. So I need to practice some more. The buffs weren't really good for me this week, but hey. So let's play with some older dragons that we never use anymore unless it's this event. So while I'm flying with these dragons, I'll just keep it on auto, and these are easy enough, so I don't have to worry too much about it. And I just want to talk about a few things that are really on my mind. So I was reading the forum earlier today, and I did see a post by someone in the forum about the guard. So like you all know, I did make a comment saying I don't think that the change to the guard is necessarily a bad thing. We have seen an increase in activity across the map with teams being more aggressive. Castles are turning over, namely mine. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It is in the favor, yes, for teams that are more aggressive and more on the offense. But all that means is if you're a highly defensive team, you got to switch. If you're a highly defensive team, you got to really start to think about switching to the offense, learning how to, or adjusting yourself for this, making sure that you're situated and you are set up so with your assignments and everything to protect your guard and your castles, but also awareness is a big thing. Now, in some of the comments that were in that post, I do think that it is a lot of guard to go through. I don't think decreasing it is that good of an idea. I have always thought that swapping guard, as beneficial as it can be, I do think that it does encourage teams to be stagnant. Now, I'm not going to lie, my team does do occasional guard swaps. Why not? So my team does do the occasional guard swap. Usually if there's a PvP that starts off the season, we'll do a guard swap just enough so that the entire team can get the boosts on their Primarchs. Just because the boosts will help yield smaller loss across when the actual fighting begins. But If you look at this PvP, we're not doing any swaps at all. Most of the players on our team is pretty much done half the season anyways because of the volume we got hit last week. I know that I have completed all of the boosts and most of the mythic gear. So it has been very busy. So I do agree with castle swaps encourage stagnancy. Now, talking from someone who finishes a season usually within the first month of the season and does nothing but, well, I continue to fight, but there's no real benefit in going past what is in the actual season. So once I claim all the prizes, I'm stuck with all these really crappy Atlas chests. Now, I'm not complaining. Well, I am complaining, but yeah, they're better than nothing. But if you look at how many bullhorns you get from these packs, I honestly, if you finish off the season and you got your mythic gear, so the elite gear, you keep getting shards instead of the elite gear, which I do, you end up with tens of millions of shards of every element. So I'm not really hurting for shards at the moment. I'm not really worried about that. What I am worried about is bullhorns. And the other, during that huge battle, I opened about, 800 or around 800 of those Atlas chests during the battle, hoping to get some of the Applefit. Hoping to get some bullhorns, but lo and behold, a whole bunch of shards, which I don't really need. And I think I got out of it maybe 80 or so of the bullhorns. Now, yes, it is better than nothing, but I like one of the comments in that thread of maybe if they increase or make a new line, I would like to see something like all of the earned glory you can get. There's like 5 different types, whether it be a shard or bullhorns or even diamonds or something that you could trade your badges for or exchange them, like almost like a trading house in Atlas. I think that would be kind of cool. But I do agree that guard, and I have said this before, guard swapping is in many different ways kind of counterproductive, and it does encourage stagnancy. So once you're done the season, I'm kind of hoping Dreadnought's almost done their season. Hopefully they'll attack a little less. But once they're done the season, usually teams get a little more quiet unless they're on a mission. So basically, I do agree with the post. One thing I don't think would be good is dropping down the amount of guard you can put on a castle for the amount of... Sorry. I don't really think dropping the amount of guard you can put on a castle would be that good. Maybe keeping that same amount, but maybe thinking of a way that you cannot... I guess I should have been paying attention to this. I just died. Maybe thinking of a way to discourage players from doing guard swaps during PvP by maybe making restrictions. So you could... we've seen PG do it during maintenance and everything, where PvP bubble or not, PvP in Atlas is completely blocked. That is one solution that they could probably do to discourage teams from doing these swaps. I was going to swap out anyways. But I think that would be the easiest way to discourage people from doing swaps, because it's not like people are going to be swapping guard during the regular season. I think that using guard as a currency and doing these guard swaps, it leaves yourself vulnerable. And with as accessible as a guard are and how quickly you can lose them, I think that this doesn't look anything like the dragon I chose. Oh, there he goes, he changed. So, though I do agree with the proposal, yeah, not decreasing the amount, maybe disabling Atlas PvP outside of No Man's Land or something like that. I do understand people swap and everything like that, but I also agree with the fact that your glory and your fighting in Atlas should probably be focused on your enemies. One of the reasons that I'm going to make an opinion, I'm going to state my opinion because because it's my YouTube channel. So I see a lot of people complaining about how one-sided things are, how much of a force that certain teams are. No one can stand up to them, no one can beat them. In all honesty, if you look at it, I'll probably regret saying this. So we're kind of digging our own graves, doing all these glory swaps and everything like that. But getting glory from ourselves within our family, whether it be an alliance or a TA or a couple teams, friendly teams, and not using your enemy as a primary source of glory is just letting your enemy grow to be a force that you can no longer handle. I'm not saying that they weren't always a force we couldn't handle, but that's just my opinion. I honestly think that the best source of glory is acquired from weakening your enemy. That's what the game was for. It wasn't meant to, swap and build up glory that way. But I do, agree with the concept of it. And trust me, I don't like having to be online for 24 hours just because, you're getting destroyed everywhere across the map. But there's a few changes that I would actually like to see I actually should have let myself get hit a bit more. There's a few changes that I'd like to see in Atlas. One is the removal of passage. So as much as passage is used on a defensive level, I'd like to see that passage was not there. Because there are some teams, now I'm not saying calling out anybody, so don't think I'm calling anyone out, because I see many teams, not just one side, using passage or using advantage, taking that and using it to their advantage. So if it's within your TA, I understand that, but there's a lot of I think passage should be removed. If you want to see castle turnover, if there's no passage, teams that rely are given a lot of stuff and they rely on other teams to protect them. Passage is what's keeping them afloat. So there are many teams that, I've tried to attack and I've tried to conquer, even teams of equal size, that the only reason that we couldn't successfully do so was because Big Brother's always hanging around somewhere close. Now, I'm not saying that it's only one person doing that. Once again, it's not a call out. We do the same thing. We have some smaller teams in our alliance, and we protect them as well. We're on their passage. So it would affect everybody, but I think it would make the fights a lot more fair. Instead of having 500 teams on a castle fighting, you would have 2 TAs. The TA being attacked and the TA attacking. or maybe a few more than that, but it would take them time. And with as accessible as the guard are, it would make it more difficult. Do I have to pull out Axie? Nope. So it'd make it more difficult for teams that rely on support to get that support. So the removal of passage would be nice, or restricting the amount of teams or TAs that can be on a castle at a certain time. But with all the politics, there's a lot of things that could be abused if you did something like that. But I think one of the biggest issues are these massive groups. So these massive alliances with these no hits all around. I understand the politics. I'm highly involved in them. But I think the massive alliances are what killing the game. Realistically, if you have one TA against one TA of relative size, it'd be a fair and fun fight. But when you get to the point where, you know, it's a mega alliance deciding to all group together and destroy one team, the one team being destroyed, as much as, yeah, you need to get your castle and stuff, it just isn't, it gets to the point where it's not really fun. But that's just my opinion. Take it as you will. I just wanted to talk about it because I saw it on the forums. What I really want to do right now is open up my Draconic chest and get me some inner fires. So I'm just going to quickly open these while we're here. And then I'm going to open up my Draconic chests. And I'm also going to start the Necrix line. So I've got 10 gold chests. We'll open up that. It obviously doesn't like me right now. Yeah, I'm going to put in a ticket so they can respond and with a generic message. Oh, so the bronze chests are working. My gold chest disappeared. Okay, took one away. Okay, so let's open up my Draconic chest. So I think these chests are worth it. They are the best in the game. I usually, I didn't last season. I bought Draconic chests as I had rubies, but a lot of people save and they'll buy the super sigil chests in hope of being able to get the excess Draconic chests at the end of the season when the super sigil chests come out, because once you finish a festive line you can buy these for basically 500. I'm getting no inners, guys. This is very, very frustrating. Oh, I got 60. So my favorite pull is the 300 sigil pull, which I'm hoping I'll get at least 2 or 3 of those. We're going to be opening up about 90 of these. Haven't gotten it yet. Defensive hammer. Why not? Keep going, keep going. Sigils. Okay, this is very frustrating. I worked very hard to save up my rubies and they're giving me nothing but crap. Okay. Not like I need those. Okay. 1,000 sigils. I am happy with that pull. And let's see if we can finish strong. 9,000 eggs. No, now we don't have enough for anything. Why not? Let's just finish opening up platinum chests. I usually wait for 10 because I hate opening them up one at a time. It's a complete waste of my time. And now we have 16,000 sigils, and sure, why not? I'm going to start the Necrix line. Now, they do have this Dracul Pylon rune until March 30th. It's a season only. If you can afford it, yeah, I would go for it. It doesn't give a key, so as though I may get criticized for it later, I'm actually not going to go for it because I really want one of the mythics. I really need it to keep up. So I'm actually going to go to the Necrix line and go like this. If you have the sigils, you can afford it. I would suggest going for it. If not for the rune, you want the rune dust, which will really help. I wouldn't worry about, claiming all these sigils afterwards. But once again, some people have a crazy amount of sigils at this point and have nothing else to use it on, so they may do it. For me, I'm going to go for Necrix. So, I'm just going to open up a bunch of stuff. Yay, more XP potions. And I did not get Necrix when he came out, so I actually get him there. I don't know if I'm going to regret this, but hey, YOLO. There we go. Just claim everything. And I've got a ton of food. And Garrick loves me because he loves to farm me. So I'm going to open up these and then we're going to hatch Necrix. Now, oh, just barely not enough. I could open up my bronze chest and get more from that, but I'm not going to. So I'm tired of waiting. So I'm just going to hatch this. And I'm just going to quickly hatch Necrix. And then we'll call it a day. So this is a beautiful invisible dragon. Okay, never mind, it's crossed out, but still invisible. I don't know why my game glitches like this all the time. Well, I hope you're enjoying watching all these blank screens. I'm just going to blame PG. Happens a lot. There's a lot of glitches. I get a lot of visuals. Sometimes my dragons won't appear or anything. And it looks like my game actually froze. So I guess I'm just going to call it a day. I'll start incubating Necrix and then we'll level him tomorrow. Use up my food. Maybe I'll just give him 1 or 2 of those XP potions. Or I'm just going to level him now so we can talk about something different tomorrow. But definitely, if you want me to talk about something or you have any questions or anything like that, please, put it in the comments. Let me know, and I'll be sure to cover it in a future vlog. I'm always happy to hear from everybody. I am getting messages in game as well, so thank you very much. I did get tips on how to fly Icarus and easily finish my war run. I wish I had more time to practice. I wish I started practicing him when I first got him, so I'm going to have to work on him a little more, which I will do. But thank you very much for the advice and the comments and the kind words that you have all given me for the most part. So other than that, I'll let you go. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Bye for now.